Heartless by Genevieve Adam. Directed by Keith Barker.
Go.
You go.
Why should I?
He's your prisoner.
He's not.
You won him.
I rescued
So
him.
he's yours. I don't want him. He smells.
All priests smell. Most even worse than him.
How can they smell so bad?
They don't wash.
Why not?
They're ashamed. They think their bodies are offensive. And they're hairy all over.
All over.
Like bears.
Ugh. What about the women priests?
Nuns. They smell even worse than the priests.
No one could smell worse than this crow.
Trust me? I went to convent school, remember?
Why did your family send you there?
My mother wanted me to learn how to read. My father wanted me to burn the place to the ground.
He's bleeding. You need to see to that.
Sheauga.
You speak French better than me. Why are you afraid of him?
I'm not.
You just sent 2 brave warriors twice your size to meet their ancestors.
Which you don't approve of.
I wanted to avoid trouble.
They attacked us.
We could have talked our way out of it if you'd given me a minute.
We didn't have a minute. Those Ganekahaka hate us. They never would have given up the priest.
Well, we'll never know now, will we?
I don't like talking.
You're even afraid to talk to this sniveling crow.
I'm not afraid of any man.
Glad to hear it. Get over there.
Sa-ta-ten!
He speaks our language.
So he can say stop, so what?
Why does he speak our language?
They sometimes pick up a few words. He probably thinks you're going to kill him.
Why would I kill him after I went to all that trouble to rescue him?
Because he'd kill you if he was in your position.
He's not a warrior. He's a priest. They're not killers.
Right.
Bonjour.
Quoi?
We say it more like this. Quoi.
That's what I said.
What's your name, Crow?
Nicolas.
Not Father Nicolas?
Not anymore.
I thought all you crows were called Father.
Only the good ones.
Your leg's bleeding. I'm gonna fix it.
No, you're not.
If you don't, you'll keep bleeding. And if you keep bleeding, you'll leave a trail.
And if you leave a trail, you'll lead others to us.
All right.
Just lean back. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh! Don't! Or I'll cut his throat.
Her throat.
What?
Her throat!
What?
Oheo!
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry.
I was helping you.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were...
What? What?
The woman! I didn't know you were a woman. I thought you were a warrior.
I am!
Boom!
Oh, great!
Sorry.
No, really, great work.
All right.
How many times? Be quick to think,
But slow to act. All right.
You listen, but you don't hear, and now those 2 are dead back there. No ceremony, and this one's out cold.
Those 2 back there insulted me, and so did he.
You going to fight every man who insults you?
Maybe I am.
Then maybe I made a mistake. I agreed to come here with you because we're kin, and because you said there was a good living to be made. I'm not here for blood.
I'm not either. Trust me.
When he wakes up, apologize to him. For now, carry him.
We have to carry him?
You have to carry him. I'm not touching him. He smells.
Ugh. I thought you smelled bad from over there.
$40.
40.
$40. And that's only because I like you.
Did you feel these? These are Castor Gras, the highest possible quality.
These ones feel a bit sec to me.
There is not a sec one in the bunch. I wore these next to my own skin for 6 months.
I don't pay extra for the smell. 40.
God damn it, Marinette.
40.
I've got other buyers for these.
If that was true, you wouldn't be here. 40.
Fine.
I hope you don't mind card money. I'm short on coin.
Marry me.
All right, but you'll still only get 40.
I'm serious.
Once was enough for me.
Serge was a boy. Why don't you try it with a man?
Well, if you find one, Lionel, send him my way.
Right here, Duchess.
Can I inspect the merchandise?
You want to try before you buy?
Always been my policy.
Well, bienvenue, madame.
Not sure I like your beard.
I'll shave.
I liked helping Serge with his fur trading business. I like it better now that it's my fur trading business.
It would still be your business. I keep my hands out.
But not out of me. These blankets are nice.
Came down from Tadoussac, your mother said. She's got a good eye for quality.
And how is my mother?
The same, shouting at your sisters, spoiling your brothers, flirting with anyone else.
Including you?
She's known me too long. She must have been a holy terror when she was young.
God in heaven. I don't think even you would have been able to handle her.
You can't be alone for the rest of your life.
I'm not alone. I have Angelique here since Serge died.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
She's my oldest friend.
What's a woman going to give you that I can't?
I know what she won't give me. A bellyful every 9 months.
Not every 9 months. I'm not an animal. How about every 12?
How about you get used to disappointment?
Blood of Christ, you're hard.
So were you, last time I checked.
You should check again.
You're terrible.
You love it. Come on. Don't you?
I do. God help me. But I love myself more.
Do you feel guilty? Do you think Serge sees you up in heaven?
There's no way Serge is in heaven. He broke commandments as often as he breathed.
But you think he's somewhere, watching you, watching us.
I just sometimes get this feeling that he's still out there.
Whatever's left of him.
What if he's still alive? They only ever found his canoe.
Your husband's dead, Marinette. You need to let me in.
Whoop. I can come back.
You're fine, sister. I was just leaving. Madame Marinette, the merry widow. Keep on looking this good. All the wives in Ville-Marie will be burying their husbands.
I'm such a bad influence.
Duchess, I'll take the chance.
Seguin, sister.
How did you know I was Ganyok-Gehaka?
Your wampum beads tipped me off.
You notice more than most white people.
I like to think so.
I knew your husband, Madame Kempo. I was sorry to hear he was called home.
Maybe he was lucky he got out early. Please, sit. How much does Serge owe you?
I'm not here about money.
That's a novelty.
Not for me.
Your health, then.
Your mother used to drink like that.
She still does.
That stuff will kill you.
Everything kills you. You know my mother?
Long ago now, when she was carrying you, before she met your father.
I think you have that order backwards.
I don't think I do.
My mother is my mother, but I love my father. He's a good man.
Many good men loved your mother.
But not you, obviously.
I don't want to hurt you, but it's necessary.
You don't know me. But I'm not like Serge, sister. You don't need to blackmail me to get my help.
I know you speak more languages than your husband did. I know you are running his business better than he did. I know you can enslave a man just like your mother did.
I don't hold a candle to her. That's all she was ever raised to do. Eat men alive.
I remember.
Let's deal plainly. Who are you?
I have many names.
Pick one.
Catherine.
Where do you come from?
Gananakwe. The new Jesuit mission.
And where before that?
Another Jesuit mission.
And before that?
Where are you from?
Here, obviously. Though my bloodline comes from France.
What about your husband?
What about him?
Did you love him?
Did you? You wouldn't be the first. Sorry if that's news to you.
It's not.
What do you want?
I've lost something. I think you can help me find it.
Why me?
Because of who you are and who your husband was. Because you know about what I've lost.
What is it you have lost?
Hochelaga.
Is that crow still out?
Yep. Go on.
Easy. Let me tell it. This truly happened.
Yeah.
Before there was a town, or the fort, or the mission on the South Shore, there was Hochelaga. Before, there were many longhouses here, they say. surrounded by high wooden palisades. They say the ancestors built those walls 3 tiers high, and that each tier had a gallery, equipped with its own pile of rocks and stones. Even the children would be trained in how to throw them, in finding the best way to crush a skull from above.
Sounds like my cousins.
Sounds like my cousins.
A triple palisade wall. They were well protected. Who were their enemies?
Good question.
Where was it exactly?
Here.
Where here?
Somewhere back there, near the foot of the mountain.
The French built Ville Marie on top of it?
No, their pirate Cartier was the first one who saw it. By the time Champlain came back 3 generations later, waving his cross, Hochelaga was gone.
And the people? Dead?
The whites say so. They like that version of events. Leaves the land wide open for them.
What do you think?
I think they're us. That's what Aushiata used to say. That those people were our people and that our bones should turn to dust with theirs. And that's why we remember the story of Hochelaga.
Yeah.
Yehey.
What was your grandmother to me again?
She and your grandmother were sisters.
I wish I'd known her. She sounds like she had opinions worth hearing.
She still does. Don't you ever speak to your ancestors?
I don't know how.
You're born knowing.
Don't I need special words or the right clothes or something?
That's white face thinking. They like to turn everything into a production. It's their way of separating us from our sacred things.
You don't have much time for the whites, eh?
They could be humbler. Considering we had to show them how to survive here, they're pretty full of themselves.
Well, they did give you me, as I'm half white. Aren't you grateful for that?
I didn't think I had any family left until you showed up. I'll take you, even with your white half.
Maybe the ancestors should have put an arrow in Cartier at Hochelaga. Then nothing that came after would have come to pass.
They were always coming for us. Cartier was just the messenger. Your turn.
I don't have any stories.
Come on.
I don't.
That's like saying you don't have a heart in your chest.
My mother's people were French. The French don't teach their children stories in the same way we do. They teach you the Jesus story, but they never tell you useful things.
Your father was one of us. He should have had stories.
He did, but only about himself.
Awen. Tanot.
Voila.
I left some for you. I'm not a complete monster.
Who said you were?
Where is the apology?
Really?
I'll give you some space. Try not to kill him before I get back.
How's your leg?
Better than my jaw.
Can I look at it? I thought those warriors cut you. This doesn't look like a knife wound.
I tripped over my cassock and sliced my leg open on a rock.
I'd have thought after so many years you'd be used to your long skirts. You don't remember me, do you? I almost didn't recognize you either at first. Your hair's so gray now.
It's been a stressful couple of years.
Teaching convent girls must really take its toll.
Angelique Langlois.
In the flesh. Although I'm mostly called Oheo these days.
You're so...
Beautiful.
No.
I guess I walked into that one, didn't I?
No, I mean, that's not what I meant.
What did you mean?
Last time I saw you, you were wearing a veil.
I never wore that stupid thing. You must be thinking of another girl.
You were the only girl I ever thought of.
That's quite a line.
It's the truth.
But I'm sure you only thought of me spiritually, right? Because you wanted to win my brown soul for Christ, as a good young priest should.
What? God damn it, no. Why would you... How could you even...
Now we're getting somewhere.
You're so goddamn difficult. You always argued with me. From the first day I met you. No respect.
Respect. You weren't my elder. You weren't any older than I was. I was your equal. I was more than your equal.
So back there, did you recognize me before you punched me in the mouth, or after?
Did you recognize me when you stuck a knife in my gullet?
I mistook you for a killer.
I am a killer. Did you see what I did to your captors back there?
I had my eyes closed.
Bet you were scared.
I was.
No change there, then.
You've changed enough for both of us.
This is always who I was.
Then no wonder I didn't recognize you.
You never bothered to really look at me. I'm not some dumb convent girl. I saved your life back there.
I had it under control.
And which part of your plan was it to let those warriors kill you?
Maybe I have plans in my head that you aren't privy to.
I was never interested in what was in your head. What is it you wear under that dress of yours?
Chainmail.
Well, this is cozy.
Sheauga.
Easy. I haven't heard her. Yet. Angelique Langlois.
Lionel Ramsey.
Should have known I'd find you here. Wherever there's trouble.
There you are.
Touché. Come on over here, Crow.
You want him? Come get him and I'll cut his throat.
He's just a crow. He's got no value to you.
But he does to you.
Maybe he does.
Someone paid you to find him.
Maybe they did.
We could discuss it.
Maybe we could.
Let Sheauga go first.
That seems like it ends badly for me.
You have my word.
The word of a Langlois? That's not worth much. Your father saw to that.
He also saw to your mother, or so I hear.
We might be siblings.
Is that why you've always been dying to fuck me?
I like you, Angie. But if you don't hand over that priest, I'll cut the wind out of your friend here.
Not before I open this crow's throat.
Think you're faster than me?
Way faster.
Let's try then.
Go on then.
Oheo.
Come on! Lionel, you alright?
No, he's not all right. I just headbutted him. Hope I broke his nose. Hope I broke your nose, you cocky little prick.
He and I might have the same father.
Shit. Kept that quiet, didn't you, big mouth? You're going to learn to trust me one of these days. All right, then. You, get up. Since we're practically related.
Priest's gone, by the way.
You look well, daughter.
You mean fat?
I mean well. Any chance you might be...
Second coming of the Immaculate Conception. It's a miracle.
It's possible. It's only been a few months since Serge...
You want a baby? Go call my father.
Oh, wait. Touchy, touchy. Hold the end for me while I braid this wool. Tighter. Keep it taut.
I have done this before, Mother.
What'd you give Lionel for those pelts?
40.
Mother of God, you spoil him.
I do.
And what did he give you in return?
Nothing.
You're so short with him sometimes.
He'll live.
It's real what he feels. Oh, he puffs out his chest and struts and preens like any other young peacock. But I know Lionel.
He asked me to marry him.
See there? Can your mother read men? Or can't she? This will drive all the other mothers in the village demented. There's only one girl fit for the beautifully wicked Lionel Ramsey, and it's my girl. What a triumph!
Before you throw me down the aisle again, I didn't say yes.
Why not?
Is it real what he says he feels for me? Or does he just love saying it?
Didn't he lead the search when Serge went missing? Hasn't he killed himself this winter to make sure your trading business had top quality goods? Never mind pretty words, that's proof of love by deeds. What more do you want?
Blood.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Blood. That man worships you.
I am lonely.
Marriage won't fix that. That's why a woman does needlework.
I need to be sure this time.
Make Lionel ask you a few more times then. Make him squirm.
You're heartless, Mama. You know that?
You look just like your father when you say that. Turn over. So, is it this Lionel business you wanted to ask me about or something else? Don't give me your wide, innocent eyes. It's no coincidence that you just happened to drop in when everyone else was at church.
You still don't go. You'll get in trouble with the parish.
Let them jaw. Everyone else under my roof goes.
And what about you?
Better eternal damnation than life as a hypocrite. Besides, I expect to be reunited with a great many of our relations in hell.
Mother.
Trust me, you are descended from the worst whoremongers and brawlers ever to come out of France. We used to joke that we could hear their bones scrapping it out down in the family crypt.
I think about Serge like that sometimes. About his bones. That we should try to find them.
What for?
To bring him home. Bring him peace.
Bring you peace, you mean?
It haunts me that he's out there just lying in the dirt somewhere.
He went north, like hundreds of men do every season. And every season, some of those men don't return. That's how it is. Even if we found his body, it wouldn't change a thing.
I know that. Just yesterday, I had another one of his conquests show up to make herself known to me.
To complain of his treatment of her?
No.
Belly full and wanting money?
No, Mother, Jesus. Nothing like that. Just, she said...
Little chicken. My first and my favorite. Just don't tell the others.
You're terrible.
I am, but it's still true. So, tell me about this woman.
She says she comes from Nahwegahbow. So she should be dressed as a nun. That's how they like their women up there. But her hair's down and she's wearing wampum beads.
What, beads?
Stop being so French, Mother.
Oh, oui, oui, alors?
Alors, it means she's part of the Gunyetkahagga. Some people call them Mohawk, which means they eat living beings.
Do they?
Don't be disgusting.
Oh, fa la la, girl. You think I was always your mother sitting by the fire? I've known it happen.
Known what happened?
This one's done now, I think. Turn over.
Do you want to be buried with your family back in France?
My family. They had dogs they loved more than me.
Where do you want to be buried?
I was hoping you'd smoke me up in the rafters and bring me down on special occasions.
Not everything's a joke, Mother.
Bury me out back.
What, with Angie's mother?
Marguerite was my best friend. More than my best friend.
Papa won't be happy. He never approved of Toussaint putting her grave there. Said it spooks the cows.
Good for the corn, though.
Jesus, Mother.
Your father will understand. Marguerite and I were inseparable. She gave birth to Angelique a week before I gave birth to you.
This latest woman of Serge's, she says she knew you at that time when you were carrying me.
What's her name?
Catherine?
What age would she be?
Around your age.
Bit old for Serge, then.
Never stopped you.
It was never serious. It was just practice.
I don't know why Papa puts up with you.
Your father was a lost babe in the woods before he met me. That pride in his spine, I put it there. Gave him 6 strong children to grow this farm. Made the Bilodeau hearth the only place our neighbors wanted to be. Do you think just any woman could have done all that for him? No, she could not.
5.
What?
5 children that are his. Or so I hear.
Who told you that?
Who do you think?
When someone tells you something like that, ask yourself, what's in it for them? She won't be telling you just for your health.
Maybe she wants the truth to out.
Oh, truth's a highly subjective business. She'll be after something from you for herself. I'm right, aren't I? Marinette?
Yes.
There was a native girl up at the mission here when we first landed.
Was her name Catherine?
Oh, it's been 20 years, Marinette. Who can remember? What does she want from you, anyway?
Some papers of Serge's. Old maps from Cartier's time. She's looking for the place her family came from. A village called Sheauga.
Serge must have told her his family came over with Cartier. God's blood, is there any skirt in the land he didn't spin that nonsense to?
People around here think it's true.
Only the ones Serge got on their backs.
Lord God Almighty. Why did you let me marry him?
Let you? There was no stopping you. You wanted him, and you'd ride over hell to have him, and that was that. You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't take my advice, and now we see where that's got you.
Yes, Mother, thank you. We do see. How well did you know this Catherine person?
She was around, that's all. Your father took a shine to one of the Jesuits up there, but they all died. The mission burned down.
Who was he?
The dead Jesuit? Just some priest. Who does this Catherine woman claim your supposed father is, then?
Just some priest?
This really isn't necessary. Now let me up!
Oh, I've already killed 2 men this week. Don't tempt me to make it 3.
If you admit it, you would have already done it. By the way, you were sitting awfully close to that priest when I found you.
I was dressing his wound.
Never heard it called that before.
Your tongue will dig your grave, Lionel Ramsey.
That's the least my tongue can do. Salut, ma duchesse.
Mother of God, what's happened to his nose?
I ran into the back of someone's head.
I should have quartered this peacock of yours.
All right, he's been a bad boy. I get it. Can you please just let him up?
My duchess.
Jesus, Angie. What did you do to him?
He threatened us. Held a knife to my cousin's throat.
She had the crow, the one you sent me to find.
What?
Didn't she tell you that, ma belle?
I was going to.
Why would you want the priest?
Why would you?
Because she wants to climb up his trunk.
Shut your mouth!
She was practically astride him when I found her.
No, I wasn't.
It was quite erotic. I didn't know where to look.
Where is the priest now?
Yes, Angie, tell us. Where's the priest now?
Please tell me you didn't kill him.
Worse, she lost him.
He ran off. But Sheauga's looking for him.
He's lost out in the woods?
Sheauga's an experienced tracker. She'll find him.
But will he be alive when she does? That's the burning question.
Lionel, how could you let this happen?
Don't look at me. I was on the ground with my nose bashed in.
I trusted you with this. I told you it was important.
It's not my fault.
And you let me down.
It's not my fault.
And now I see where your help is really worth.
Oh, come on, Duchess. He's just some crow. You want a Jesuit? I can go out into the street and catch you a dozen fat ones right now.
You don't understand why this one's important.
Because you didn't tell me why this one's important. Just go get the priest, you said.
I couldn't tell you why.
Because you don't trust me.
Don't be stupid.
Oh, now I'm stupid.
I do trust you. You know I do.
Well, what then? What's so goddamn special about this goddamn priest?
He was with Serge on his last trip north.
Oh, Christ. Of course he was.
I know what you're going to say, but I need to know what happened for Serge.
Serge was nothing. He was a liar with a pretty face and a lot of luck. He wasn't even smart. If he had had any brains, he'd have fallen to his knees and thanked God for you. But he didn't. He fucked around. He fucked anything that moved. Christ, Duchess, he even fucked your mutt.
Whoa!
Don't you dare say a word against my mother.
All right. Easy now. Let's just take it easy.
When I heard Serge was dead and that you didn't care, I thought you were heartless. I liked you better that way.
Well, who's for a drink?
I don't want that.
Sure you do. Everyone wants brandy.
My hand is shaking.
Surprised you didn't break it on Lionel's hard head.
I shouldn't have hit him.
How long have we known Lionel? And in all that time, has he ever listened to anything we've said? When you can't solve things with words, they need to be solved with a slap.
I don't believe that.
Well, you're the one who hit him. In his broken nose.
Oh, God, his nose.
You might have snapped it back into place. I've heard it's possible at the right angle.
I should have told you about the priest sooner.
Yep, true.
But you weren't here.
Also true.
I was worried you'd think me foolish, wanting to find Serge's body.
My father's people say that bones are sacred. They believe one soul lives with those bones, while the other soars skyward. When I heard my father was dead, I wanted to find his bones too. Give him proper ceremony. It didn't seem real otherwise. Kept thinking, one day he'd just come striding in, slap some pelts down on the table and say, "Our way, girl, let's go check the traps."
And when did that stop?
I'll let you know. By the way, I know this priest of yours.
From where?
Convent school. He used to come in twice a week to teach us our catechese. He was so young his voice still cracked in the high notes.
God in heaven, what are the odds?
Pretty good, apparently.
Will Sheauga find him?
She will.
How can you be sure?
Because I'm going out there to help her. Fuck Lionel. I'll get you that priest. Just don't blame me if you don't like what he has to say.
I want the truth about Serge, even if it hurts.
Some of us don't like to see you hurt. Some of us saw enough of that when Serge was alive.
I just need to know. I need it.
All right. You smell like the forest. Where were you just now?
Out.
Where?
Just out.
Not always such a fan of the truth, are you?
I didn't know nuns knew our medicines.
They don't, usually.
You have to be careful with the dosage of that passion flower.
Unless you want someone to sleep forever. You're out here in the woods looking for someone. Yonto rats. And I don't think it's me.
It's not, yet you seem to be in my path, collecting our medicines in all the vastness of the White Forest.
The Jesuits would say it was part of God's plan.
I'm no Jesuit, and neither are you. Which nation are you part of?
I have no nation.
You must have people.
I had my mother. Later, a man who was a priest. Since them, no one.
You just spoke to me in Nahwegahbow.
So did you. But you're dressed like a Wendat warrior.
What I say and what I wear is not the full expression of who I am. I am more than a warrior.
I am not a warrior at all. But I know how to see without my eyes.
Let me guess. Holy visions on command for the whites up at the mission? So they can ooh and ah how innately mystical natives are? How magical.
White people see visions too?
White people don't see what's right in front of them. Our chiefs consider the future 7 generations. White people don't even consider the next 7 minutes.
Some of them see more than you think.
And what do you see in your precious visions? The tortured Christ of your crow masters?
I've seen your son. His back was twisted, and he never walked. So you carried him. You still carry him. You journey to bring him home.
There is no home left for him. The crows brought the white sickness. It killed my son. It decimated our longhouse. Your people drove out the rest. I can't even lay my boy in the traditional place with his ancestors.
There are always other places. Other ancestors. I too am looking for my home.
Among the missionaries?
Among the whites.
What do they know?
They have records. They have maps.
Your people remember. They have stories.
I have no people.
Why not? What's wrong with you?
People don't like the things I see. They think I should just not see them. As if I had a choice.
My son did have a twisted back.
What's his name?
Tkaronto.
Take this bracelet for your son.
Nyawan. What is the name of the place you seek?
Sheauga.
It's gone. They say those people all died out.
They say a lot of things, but we know better, don't we? Onenkiwahe, warrior. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Hope is not a course of action, sister.
Then take action, hunter. I'll trust you to know which one.
Eskanyan, my sister. I'll see you again.
No, you won't.
Oh, holy Mother of God. I took you for your father's ghost. He used to barge in the same way.
Sorry to disappoint.
Come here. Every time you head out that door, I'm always sure it's for the last time.
Can't get rid of me that easily.
Wah, bad girl. As if I wanted to. Good trip.
So.
Did your cousin agree to come back with you?
She did, but things got complicated.
Oh, don't they always? Hungry?
Nah. I already ate that cheese and bread you had stashed in the pantry.
Well, there's the nice manners of a convent schoolgirl.
Why did my mother send me there?
It wasn't a choice. It was required. All the girls went.
I thought she wanted to polish me like a pebble.
She liked you just as you are, and you know it. Killed her when you left. It killed both of us.
It killed her, literally.
That's the precision of language they insist on at the convent.
I'm sorry, chicken.
I miss her.
Me too. You've got something to tell me.
You know me well, second mother.
So?
Marinette found someone who went north with Serge.
What kind of someone?
A Jesuit. Some sort of translator.
God damn it.
It gets worse. I know him from the convent school.
How do you mean, you know him? Biblically?
The business never progressed that far.
But not for want of trying?
I could never get him to actually do anything.
Jesus Christ.
Mama.
You told me you left that school because of a fever outbreak. I wrote the bishop condemning that place for neglecting you.
They did neglect me.
Obviously. If they let you make cow eyes at some disgusting old priest.
He wasn't old. He was my age.
Oh, fine then. Very good. As long as he was young. That makes it perfectly acceptable. Holy mother of God, always these goddamn fucking Jesuits.
I love him.
No, you do not! You do not love him. Your father had just died. You were alone in a new place. There was a void inside you, and in sweeps this boy in wolf's clothing.
He's a man like any other, and I wanted him.
Say that again, and I'll slap your face.
Why? Because he was a priest? You don't give a shit about religion.
You were 17!
Marinette was 17 when she wed Serge. You let that happen.
I let nothing happen. Don't change the subject.
He beat Marinette until she couldn't stand. And you're gonna tell me that was right. And what I want is wrong.
You don't even know what you want.
And who does? You?
This is that priest talking.
This is the truth.
He used you. He knew he could do it, and he did.
He didn't. He knew it was wrong. He never even laid a finger.
And you? What do you know? Angelique!
What do you want me to say? That I knew it was wrong? All right. I knew it was wrong. But I thought of him in everything. He was everything. How can I make you understand?
Oh, I understand. I understand exactly. You think I was never your age? My God, girl, the things you don't know.
Since my mother died, I have always thought of you in her place. I have always confided in you. I have always told you everything.
Except for this?
Because I knew this is how you'd react.
Oh, and what reaction should I have when you casually announce that you're in love with the priest who violated you?
He never even touched me.
How could you be so stupid? Don't go after him. Angelique!
You don't tell me what to do.
You don't want to find him.
I do. I do want to find him. And Marinette wants to find him too. So we're going to get him. And each use him according to our desire. And that's how it's gonna be.
Then you are both fools.
Bigger the fool who raised us both up then, Mother.
Salut! Salut! Village you? Anyone at home?
Hello, Trouble.
Well, well. The lovely mother of the house.
What have you done to your nose, bad boy?
I was hoping you could help me with that.
Who did that to you? Someone's husband.
If only. But alas, it was your beautiful daughter.
Sit. She got you good.
She did.
Well, I don't know what you did to upset Marinette, but it must have been significant.
Just a small matter of a missing priest.
Doesn't look like Marinette thought it's small.
She thinks the priest knows the truth of what happened to Serge. And I might have provoked her a bit.
You. Provoking. I won't believe it.
Word is, Madame Belladieu, you yourself have been provocative in your day.
Oh, Lionel Ramesay, honestly, an old woman such as myself.
All cats are gray in the dark.
And they all have claws, boy. So watch your eyes. So, where is this provoking priest now?
Angie's tall tracker friend is out tracking him.
What if you found him first?
What if I did?
Marinette thinks the priest knows the truth of what happened to Serge. I think it's a truth she'd be happier not to hear.
There'd be a price.
Anything you want,
Anything.
within reason.
Within reason in a brothel, say?
I wouldn't know what goes on in such places.
Of course not. Respectable married woman like you.
You see my difficulty.
I'd be happy to instruct you.
The only thing we're going to do together is dance at your wedding when you marry my daughter.
Just curious. As to how far you'd go for her.
How far would you go for her?
Blood?
Blood.
Thanks for my nose. Feels crooked, though.
You look quite the brute. But women like that.
Women like you, maybe. Of which there are few.
You're mistaken, Lionel. There are not few. There are none. Now, off you go, or I'll eat you raw.
Here, the papers you wanted.
I don't read. You'll need to show me what they mean.
That's not what we agreed.
It's what I need if you want my secret.
I don't want it.
You've been talking to your mother.
Why do you care? What's it to you?
The trade. Campo's maps.
All those maps show is a dead city.
My ancestors lie there. The land made their hearts. I want to bring mine home while I still can. Look,
How long have you had that lump?
not long, but it's growing. Your father tried to teach me to read. I memorized the prayers we said and then pretended I was reading them to make him smile. He didn't smile often, but it was something special when he did.
My father doesn't know how to read.
I know.
I didn't even like Serge most of the time. I just married him because everyone said I shouldn't, and because I liked the promise of his looks.
Did he deliver?
You tell me.
I doubt my experience was the same as yours.
I hope it wasn't, for your sake. I don't even know why I said yes to him.
You were lonely. And you tried to escape it by letting a man into your bed. But it just left you even lonelier than before.
We fought. On that last morning before he went north. I knew there were other women. I cursed him. Told him I wanted him to die.
Why do you want his death to be your fault?
So I can have a role in it. So it binds us. So I matter.
This is not a role you want.
It's better than being a victim. That's the mountain, there. It reads, on the 3rd day of October, in the year of our Lord 1535, our crew landed at the currents of St. Marie. The village of Sheauga was located about 1.5 leagues inland from the docking point.
1.5 leagues inland from the port is a wide radius.
And there's no more obvious directions in any of the papers Campo left. Typical. We'll start at the port and head north.
You don't have to come with me.
Maybe I want to. If you'll have me.
I should have come to you first. I was wasting my time with Serge.
You and me both.
You're going to tell me sooner or later. There's some who want to make that noble silence you're maintaining permanent. I don't disagree with them. But first, I'm dying to know how that bastard Serge met his end. I've heard you crows like to whip yourselves until the blood runs hot, in order that you might better understand Christ's suffering. I can make you understand Christ's suffering. I've been wondering when you'd show up, Angie.
Let's not do this.
Oh no, let's.
If you love Marinette, let me take the priest.
I do love her. That's why she's never going to hear anything this priest has to say.
You don't decide that for her.
Thankfully, I didn't.
Who did then?
Someone who loves her more than either of us.
Angelique.
When spoken to, Crow.
Don't hurt him. Please.
Oh, that's right. You like this priest.
We might have the same father.
I hope so. He was the man you'd bet on in a knife fight.
Lionel, for Marinette's sake.
This is for her sake.
I don't want to kill you.
Don't worry. You won't. Come on then, sister.
You're bleeding.
Get up. We need to move.
Did you kill him?
Knocked him out.
That's an ugly wound. Is it deep?
I'm not looking. I'm just trying to get it covered.
Is he your brother?
I don't know.
Let me.
I'm never afraid before a fight, but always afterwards. Did he hurt you?
Not as much as he was going to.
Why?
Because I went north last winter as a translator for a man called Serge Campo. That man is no longer alive. Lionel thought I knew why.
Do you?
I hit Serge from behind with a rock. He fell face down in the river. It was short work.
Why?
For money.
Whose money?
Someone who wanted to stop Serge hurting her daughter. She was compelling. She presented it as a noble quest. Defender of wronged women. I liked how that sounded. I felt nothing when I killed him. But I do now. And every day since. That's why I was arguing with those warriors when you found me. I was trying to provoke them into... And then you arrived. And I thought, so this is what my death looks like. Because I lied. I did recognize you. I knew you immediately. But I told myself I was wrong. I thought you died in the fever outbreak at the school 7 years ago.
What? Why would you think that?
One day you were there in the infirmary with the other patients. The next, your bed is empty.
I didn't plan it. I was just so hot. I remember being under all those wool blankets and thinking how wonderful the night air would feel on my skin.
You just got up and walked out into the snow?
It felt good. The white forests, the white night. I had your name in my mouth, but my feet were in charge now, and they were taking me home. Your name was still in my mouth when they found me, but no one knew what it meant. And when I went back, you were gone. You gave me that piece of bone. You said it was John the Baptist's, that it would protect me.
I stole that piece of bone out of the school reliquary.
So?
I never even finished my priest training. Thankfully, the nuns at the convent didn't check too deeply into my background.
So what?
So I'm a thief. And a liar. And a murderer.
Serge got what was coming to him.
And you? Did you get what was coming to you?
Unfortunately not. You only had eyes for Jesus.
Are you listening to me? You think I'm a good man? I'm a deviant. I'm a deceiver. I'd have had you in your sickbed fever and all. I'd have had you twice a day in the altar in front of the whole school if you gave me the word.
So what stopped you?
I wanted to be good. For once in my life. You know?
Yes.
We should stop. Angelique.
No.
God I do not believe in. God who kills babies and good men and everyone in between. Watch over both of my daughters, both the one who is mine and the one who most belongs to me. Guide Lionel's hand so that my girls are spared unpleasant knowings, and I am spared too. I do not ask this from a place of mercy because I know that you are merciless. I do not ask it from a place of worth because I know that I am worthless. I ask this for the sake of the sacrifice made to you over 20 years ago. You took the man I love from me then, God of blood. You have shown me that you are heartless, but this is not about love. This is about what is owed. And even the devil pays his debts, so they say. So hear my prayer. Pay your debt. Kill the priest.
Oh, Christ, not you again.
What are you doing out here?
Dying by the feel of my head. And here you are to finish the job.
The rumor is we're kin. I don't hurt kin.
Tell that to Angelique. I guess she didn't approve of my rough treatment of her priest, given how much he means to her.
What?
That priest, the infamous priest, he knows her name. And from the looks that passed between them, he knows a whole lot more than that.
How would he?
Come on, she went to convent school, didn't she? She probably met him there. Can't you just picture it? Beautiful young Angie, the boy priest as green as the spring. Each so forbidden to the other. Delicious. Ugh. I don't know whether Toussaint Langlois was my father, but I do know this. He would have never have suffered such a man to live.
Yeah.
Sheauga? What are you... Stay down, or I will put you down permanently.
Easy.
You all right? What took you so long?
Ran into someone I didn't expect. Did Lionel do that to your arm?
He was interrogating the priest with his blade. I got in the way.
Someone really wants this priest dead.
Marinette doesn't.
Is she the only one?
I've known him forever, since the convent, and I always
I
hoped
understand.
I know how it looks, but he's the only one left from my past. It's a miracle to find him again. It must mean something.
You did nothing wrong, now or ever. Understand? Now, let me tie up Lionel. The priest looks bad. His ribs broken?
From what I could feel
Feel?
when I examined him.
Was that a horizontal examination, princess?
We're going to have to carry the priest.
I'll do it.
Not with your arm wound.
I did it before.
Take Lionel. He can walk. Plus, it'll stop me from killing him on the way home.
Try it, you great raw-boned moose.
Will you shut that goddamn trap of yours for once? Sheauga, are you sure?
I am, sure.
Nicolas? Sheauga will take you. It's only 2 hours before we're back in town. You're in good hands.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Thank you.
Oheo. Thank you for telling me.
I'd get there in the end. Ascanian, my sister.
Well then, Crow, let's get you home.
You don't need to keep up the lie for my benefit.
I think I misjudged you.
I don't think you did.
Do you need anything before we do this?
No. Do you?
I'm sorry, but I love her.
I hear you. Thank you for being here with me now. I do not honestly think there will be anything other than darkness. But you comfort me and give me strength to hope. Give me courage to face the night and return to you.
God almighty, where did you go?
Call of nature.
Don't do that. I was scared I'd lost you.
Does that matter?
Of course it does. Can I have some of your water? I'm gasping.
It's not water.
I'm dying, please. What is that?
It's made of passion flower. Don't drink too much of it.
But it's all right for you?
It's my medicine.
Well, this is about 1.5 leagues inland from the port.
It's close enough.
But the range is vast. We have no way of knowing if this is Sheauga.
Let's just leave it.
But we've come all this way. I thought you wanted to find your ancestors.
Maybe I already did. It doesn't matter.
What?
Some things are unknowable. I've accepted it.
So that's it? That's a heroic ending to our great quest? Your lump grows until it kills you, and I go home and trade furs and do my needlework? We just bow down? We just submit? No! Fuck that! Fuck that! I don't want to submit. I don't want to accept it.
It's not your choice.
God damn it, come on, fight this. Fight.
I'm tired. That happens when you get old. People fail you. They let you down. They leave and they never come back. The losses pile up, but the heart keeps on beating.
I wish I didn't have one then.
Well, you do. So, make yourself useful. Tell me a story.
I don't know any.
Tell me about your mother.
She wasn't always angry. She used to make me dolls out of corn husks. She made the dolls, and Mama, Marguerite, made the clothes. Marguerite was my other mother.
I knew a Marguerite once. You're a lucky girl.
I am a lucky girl. That drink, Catherine. No.
Let go. There now.
Don't do it.
Sleep now, my lamb. Sleep now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I took your father's heart and held it in my hands and carried it for days to reach your mother. I thought she would swallow it and it would take root in her empty chest and flourish there. But I'd misjudged her. She had always been a devourer of hearts. Your father's was just a matter of course, just business as usual. My hands are steady after all. Who knew?
Oh, the two of you scrapping like animals and expecting me to patch you up. I ought to knock your heads together.
He started it.
He started it.
Oh, you should have just bedded him years ago.
Ugh.
That's how you manage men like him.
You know quite a lot about managing men, don't you, Maman? Or in hiring other people to manage them for you, if the managing gets too ugly. Finally! I was worried. Where's Nicolas?
Tia Wang. There's money if you...
No.
I'm in your debt. This ring was my mother's. It's the most precious thing I have.
I didn't do what I did for you or your trinkets. I did it for her. She was the most precious thing you had. And now you've lost her, and so have I.
Loose ends all tied up neatly, Nan. Except for Angelique. But I'm sure she'll understand.
Get out.
I took my best furs and wrapped you in them and put you in the ground. I didn't know exactly where you wanted to lie or what your ceremonies are, but as you said, close enough. When I first woke up and found you, I thought you must have hated me. I thought you wanted me to suffer. I know differently now.
This really happened. A mother had children. Some were hers by blood, the others hers by love. All her life she kept them close. She kept them safe. But life intervened, and the mother's children grew hungry. They grew sick. They cried out to her in pain. And the mother had to make a choice. She didn't hesitate. She didn't think twice. She struck. Afterwards, when the children were grown and they came to know what their mother had done, they said, "How could you do this thing? This heinous, awful thing? You must be a monster," they said. "You must have no heart." But the mother only smiled, and she opened her chest, and she showed them what was inside. And she said, "Look, is this not the biggest heart you ever saw?" This really happened. Ihe.
Heartless, written by Genevieve Adam, directed by Keith Barker, produced by Tyler Seguin and Genevieve Adam for Favour the Brave Collective. Heartless was recorded for radio at Coalition Studios in Tkaronto with the following cast: Brefny Caribou as Oheo, Nicole Joy Fraser as Sheauga, Scott Garland as Nicolas, Hanna as Marinette, Nahwegahbow as Lionel, PJ Prudat as Catherine, Genevieve Adam as Anne. Sound design and mix by Andrew Penner. Music by Elisa Delbert-Sawchuk and Alex Eddington. Audio engineer Conrad Iskra. Heartless was recorded on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Haudenosaunee, and the Huron-Wendat Confederacy. The story takes place on the traditional lands of the Keninkehaka, and the cast includes artists from many different backgrounds, including Cree, Keninkehaka, Métis, Saulteaux, Deneza, Ojibwe, and Settler. This production was made possible through the generous support of the Canada Council for the Arts.